Now, another common question that people have is the difference between management accounting and financial reporting. Because in the field, you can decide to be a chartered accountant, or you can decide to be a chartered management accountant, which is where you may be interested in doing SIMA in that regard. And so, what's the difference? The difference is in the function that they perform generally. Management accounting is primarily for internal users. In other words, the management accountant's job is within the company, helping the company to determine the cost of a product, to set the selling price of the product. They advise management and the various other departments within the organization on how they are supposed to do things, how they are supposed to control their costs, how they are supposed to carry out various operations. So management accounting is more for internal purposes, serves management, serves the employees, and increases the efficiency and effectiveness of the organization. So that is management accounting. Financial reporting or financial accounting, on the other hand, is largely for external purposes, where at the end of the period, we want to now keep proper books of accounts. So transactions that have taken place, the entity purchased something, the entity made sales, the entity paid wages and salaries, the entity took a loan, the entity leased an asset, the entity purchased some assets. Okay, how do we record these in the books of the entity? At the end of the day, did we make profit? Did we make loss? How much tax are we supposed to pay? How much dividend are we paying? How profitable is the company? What is our gearing level? How much debt do we have? How much debt can we go for? That is where financial reporting comes in. And so that serves more of external purposes, so that shareholders will know how the entity is performing, so that the government regulators will also know how the entity is doing for the taxes. At the end of the day, potential investors will be able to also see the financial statements and decide whether to invest in a company or not, and various other things. So whilst financial reporting serves more of external purposes, their duties are based on historical data, what has happened already, let's record it, let's account for it. Management accounting serves internal purposes, management, the department within the organization, and it is going to be relying on both historical data as well as forward looking. And so when it comes to budgeting, how do we prepare the budget of a company? That is not going to be the role of the financial accountant. That will be the management accountant's job generally, because that is forward looking at the end of the day. And so that is the difference that you need to understand and know about. Now, so it doesn't really matter about where you want to be. It's all about where your interest is. So you can decide and say, oh, okay, I want to serve within the organization. All right, then management accounting will be good. You can decide and say, oh, I want to be more external. Right, then financial reporting will be good in that regard. So that is also what we need to understand. These are all acceptable paths or options that you can go for, whether you want to be a management accountant or you want to be a financial accountant. That's it in that regard. As always, you can start with the financial accounting or financial reporting bit, which is doing ICAG, ICAN, ICAEW. Then if you want to add that management accounting layer later, then you can do SIMA and other management accounting program. Even at the end of the day, there are other fields that you can get yourself into. You want to become a tax expert. After you're a chartered accountant, you have to go to the Chartered Institute of Taxation, Ghana, if you're in Ghana, because that's where you are trained to become a chartered tax expert, right? So you can't be a chartered accountant, ICA, and call yourself a tax person. No, you have to go to CIT to become a tax expert. But the ICAG, the ICAN, the ICAEW, that's going to set you up in the jurisdiction that you are in. Then if you want to specialize in any of the fields in accounting, then you can decide to further with the specialization respectively to be able to become successful. So that is what you need to understand about the various options available and the differences that you need to understand about each of these options. So these are some common questions that you need to know about in this episode, and I'm going to be catching you in the next episode. If there are any other questions that you have that you want to pick my brain on, put it in the comment section for me. I'll be glad to answer these questions in the next episode. And remember to like, subscribe, and share the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.